Okay. So then, first suppose I want to include the expressions inside of this one, how I can include it. So here first suppose, so no need to create any variables or, so we can create it a variables also. So then here I want to add two numbers. So always include the expressions in React within the curly braces. So then 10 into 20. Just you can do it like this. So then where is my text? Are we displaying my text here? Here is the component. Now you can see what happened. Oh, we are placing inside of stringer. So then we can place it into the h2. h2. So then inside of this one, now you can see it. Okay, it is automatically calculate if we can do any arithmetic operation. So we have to write into the our expressions. These two braces are called the expression braces. We can write the expressions inside of curly braces with JSX. Okay, so then this is the way to write. Okay, so all the arithmetic operations we can do inside of these curly braces. These are all called the expressions. Okay, clear. So the next one is the inserting the large block of code. Inserting the large block of code, we already inserted this large block of code, right? So to write the HTML to multi lines, put the HTML inside of parenthesis. Inside of parenthesis. Okay, to write the, for suppose if you want to write a single line, if you want to write a single line, so this is my table, right? So then here it is, my table is loaded. Okay, so it is inserted. This is what we said, it is a single element, right? It is a single element, right? So for suppose if you want to load the multiple elements, if you want to load the multiple elements, like for suppose here I am doing h2 my table. Okay, this is my table. So when you write more than one DOM element, we have to place inside a parenthesis. Okay, so parenthesis placed. Okay, that is fine. Okay, parenthesis placed. So then is it working? It is not working. Whenever you are writing a large code or multiple DOM elements, we have to place into the parenthesis. So that is fine. So then after that, so whenever we are loading more than one element inside of parenthesis, we have to use one top level element. We have to use one top level element. So the HTML code must be wrapped one top level element. Okay, so if you like write two paragraphs, you must put them inside of parent element like div or paragraph or whatever it may be. Okay, you have to write one root element. You have to define one root element. First suppose, so I am doing like this. So this is also a one DOM. Okay, so this is also a one DOM element at the end of this one. So now errors are gone. So all this code is happening inside of this DOM element. So this one is one. Okay, inside of this one only we are defining all these things. So then now you can see, so it is loaded without any errors. Okay, so that is another one. The next one is so top level. JSX will throw an error if the HTML is not corrected. For suppose, so if you are having any errors inside of this one, for suppose you are not closed this H2. Okay, so it is immediately raising. We have to close, it's must. So in normal HTML, so it cannot raise any errors. In JavaScript also We cannot see any errors because of it is automatically executing. Browser can understand and it can execute, right? But coming to the React.js, whenever we are writing any DOM element inside of React, inside of JSX syntaxes, so it is converted as a React element. So inside React element, it's a mandatory to close. It's a mandatory to close all the to write the all the HTML tags properly. First, suppose if you are opening HTML tag, so compulsory we have to close that one. Okay, we have to close properly. So then we will to avoid the errors, to avoid the errors. Right. So JSX will throw an error if the HTML is not corrected or if the HTML misses a parent element. Alternatively, you can use the fragments. These are all called the fragments. Okay. These are all called the fragments. So if you don't like to any paragraph or div, so then just you can use the fragments, empty fragments. Okay. So this is the one. Next one, elements must close. Just now say elements must close. If you can open anything, we have to close it. JSX follows the XML rules, XML rules, and therefore HTML elements must properly close. A fragment looks like an empty HTML tags. Okay, clear? So the next one is the attributes as a class name. Attributes as a class name. So in JavaScript, after ES6 release, so they are introduced a class concept. They are introduced a class concept in JavaScript. Okay, so that class and this DOM class, the attribute class is getting some classes. So that's why in the class is renamed in React, class is renamed as a class name. The class attribute is much used attribute in HTML, but since JSX is rendered as a JavaScript, that the class keyword is reserved keyword. The class keyword is a reserved keyword when it comes to the React.js. Okay, in the JavaScript, you are not allowed to use in JSX a fragment looks like an empty. JSX solved this by using the class name instead. So we have to, whenever you want to create any class name for doing the writing the CSS, we have to use the class name. We cannot give the class like class equal to test. Okay, we cannot write like this, so we have to write class name. Okay, so this way we can define the this way we can define the we can define the class names inside of DOM elements. Okay, class name equal to class name, right? So the next one is the, so here we are writing all these things. For suppose, so this one I am writing inside of this one only. So for suppose I want to create a another app. How I can create it? How I can create it? So for suppose simple, I'm creating a app. Here it is, my custom.js. Okay, so here I am created a app. Okay, my custom.js. Inside I am placing all this code. Where is my code? So save this one, and where is this one? Inside I am creating function. Okay, my my function. So then inside this one. Okay, created like this. What happened? Here I am placed because of we have to give the root element when we placed more than one DOM element. We have to close it properly here. So now component is created. Okay, my function is a new component I created. So then I have to export from here, right? So then export default what is this one? My function, right? My function, right? Now exported. Now I have to import it here. Import my function from, so you see it is automatically came my function from my custom, right? So then save. So then I want to load this one. Into the my function. I have to create the layout here, index.html. So div id equal to my custom. Okay, so this is my layout name, this is my node. Okay, so inside of this one, so constant my layout equal to react dom dot create root. So then document dot get element by id. So then here is my layout. Yes, so created a root element. So then I have to render it, right? So then my layout dot render. So then inside of this one, so what is my function? My function, right? My function. So this is the one. Okay, now it is load. Now you can see happen. Why it is not same thing on the right? My function, my function. H2 loading table. Loading table is different. So then why it is not creating my layout? Then here my function, export my function. This one, this is also fine. So then why it is not loading? My custom. Then I go to the my custom document dot get element by id custom render my function. Internet is there now. Why it is not loading? My text is defined when never used. Okay, that is fine. No error, right? It is not loaded. Post then body. Why it is loading? My custom empty is loading. Okay. And it is not loading. Sorry. Where is this one? Where is this one? Where is this? My custom. You have to write inside of return statement. You have to write inside of return statement or return. So then you have to close the return here. Okay, now no problems have been detected to workspace. Now it is working fine. Now you can see loaded table. Okay, okay. So this is the way we can write the, we can create the, we can create the app, and we can create the simple components. Okay, so today we discussed about the, so what is JSX architecture, JSX architecture. So then how we can follow the rules when we write the JSX inside of components. Okay, so first, we can insert the expressions inside of JSX. So in that expressions, we can do all the arithmetic operations. So then, so when you want to insert a large block of DOM element, we have to place inside of parenthesis, function parenthesis. So then after that, so whenever you have to place more than one DOM element, so we have to place one top level element. So the next one is, so compulsory we have to close the HTML tags properly. Okay. Then, so in the JSX, we renamed class as a class name. Okay, clear? So this is the today's class. So if we have any doubts, you can ask me. So if you don't have, we can close tomorrow. We can connect same time. Okay. So any doubts?
Sir,
Tell me. Naveen, tell me.
sir, class show you upload చేయండి సార్ కొంచెం calculate ఈజీ బాగుంది.
Sure, sure. I'll ask Srinivas to upload. Okay? Upload
ఓకే
చేస్తా.
ఓకే సార్
Okay,
ఓకే
then
ఓకే
fine.
సార్
Thank you.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Yeah, bye.